Section 5.3 Solving Trigonometric Equations. This section includes trigonometric equation in linear form, trigonometric equation in quadratic form, and applications of trigonometric equations. Definition of trigonometric equation. A trigonometric equation is an equation that involves trigonometric functions and is true for some values of the variable of the trigonometric function, but not true for others. Steps to find general solution of the trigonometric equation in linear form. Number 1. Isolate trigonometric function on one side of the equation. Number 2. Find all values of variable of the trigonometric function for one period. Now step 3. Add 2 and pi for sine and cosine function while add n pi for tangent function. Example 1. Solve 5 sine x equal to 3 sine x plus square root of 3. So we start with 5 sine x equal to 3 sine x plus square root of 3. This is a linear equation because the exponent of sine is 1. Now we isolate sine x, so move 3 sine x to the left side. So we have 5 sine x minus 3 sine x equal to square root of 3. Now 5 minus 3 is 2, so you get 2 sine x equal to square root of 3. Now divide by 2 both sides, so you get sine x equal to square root of 3 over 2. So now find the x values from the unit circle, for which sine x is square root of 3 over 2. Now sine x in the unit circle is a y value. So look for an ordered pair with the second coordinate square root of 3 over 2. And that's right here, 1/2 square root of 3 over 2. And there's another one, negative 1/2 square root of 3 over 2. Now 1/2 square root of 3 over 2 corresponds to angle pi over 3. And negative 1/2 square root of 3 over 2 corresponds to angle 2 pi over 3. So now we add 2 and pi into pi over 3 and 2 pi over 3, and we have the answers. General solution, x equal to pi over 3 plus 2 n pi, comma 2 pi over 3 plus 2 n pi. Example 2. Solve the equation 4 tangent x equal to tangent x plus square root of 3. Now start with 4 tangent x equal to tangent x plus square root of 3, and this equation is again in linear form because the tangent and tangent x, the exponents are 1. So we move the tangent x to the left side, and we get 4 tangent x minus tangent x equal to square root of 3. We can subtract these two, we get 3 tangent x equal to square root of 3. Now divide both sides with 3, and we get tangent x equal to square root of 3 over 3. Now if you can simplify, it becomes 1 over square root of 3. Now divide numerator and denominator by 2. So you have a tangent x equal to 1/2 over square root of 3 over 2. Now tangent x is sine x over cosine x. So by comparison, we can say sine x is 1/2 and cosine x square root of 3 over 2. Look for the ordered pair cosine x comma sine x equal to square root of 3 over 2 comma 1/2. And that's right here in the quadrant 1. And this square root of 3 over 2 comma 1/2 corresponds to angle pi over 6. So now I add n pi and then become x equal to pi over 6 plus n pi, and that's the solution. Example 3. Find the solutions of the equation in interval 0 to 2 pi. So we have equation 2 sine square x minus cosine x minus 1 equals 0. Now equation has both sine and cosine function, so that means you cannot factor. So you have to rewrite the equation to have only either cosine or sine. Since the cosine x is linear, so and there's no formula to convert this into sine x, but we do have sine square x, a Pythagorean identity, which is equal to 1 minus cosine square x. So we're going to replace sine square x with 1 minus cosine square x. So we have it 2 times 1 minus cosine square x minus cosine x minus 1 equal to 0. Distribute 2, we need to do 2 times 1 and 2 times cosine square x minus cosine x minus 1 equal to 0. Now we simplify. Let's rewrite the minus 2 cosine square x first, and then minus cosine x, and then simplify 2 into 1, so it gives you positive 1. Now we multiply each side by negative 1, so negative 1 times 2, negative 2 will be 2 cosine square x, this will be negative cosine x, and this should be our negative 1. Now we factor this one. The factors are 2 cosine square x is 2 cosine x, and cosine x, and the factor of the cosine x minus 1 is minus 1 and plus 1. So we have a factors of this 2 cosine x minus 1 times cosine x plus 1. Now we set each factor to 0. So set the first factor to 0 and solve for x. So we have a 2 cosine x minus 1 equal to 0. Solve for x cosine x, and then move the minus 1 to the right and divide by 2. So we have a cosine x equal to 1/2 greater than 0. It's in quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. Look for the ordered pairs with the first coordinate 1/2, and that's right here, 1/2 comma square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2 minus square root of 3 over 2. Now 1/2 comma square root of 3 over 2 corresponds to angle pi over 3, while 1/2 comma negative square root of 3 over 2 corresponds to an angle 5 pi over 3. Set the second factor to 0 and solve for cosine x. So if you have a cosine x plus 1 equal to 0, move the 1 to the right, so you have a cosine x equal to minus 1. Now look for an ordered pair with the first coordinate negative 1. It's right here, negative 1 comma 0. And this corresponds to angle pi. So now we write all the answers from smallest to largest. So the answer is x equal to pi over 3, and the second is pi, and the third answer is 5 pi over 3. Example 4. So we use the quadratic formula to find all solutions of equation in the interval 0 to 2 pi. Round your answers to 4 decimal places. So we have a sine square x plus 2 sine x minus 1 equal to 0. And this is quadratic in sine x. And this is not factorable. So we have to use quadratic formula. So quadratic formula, this will be sine x equal to negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So here a is 1, and the b is 2, and c is negative 1. So substitute these numbers in this quadratic formula. So we have a sine of x equal to negative 2 plus minus 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 1. 2 squared is 4, and this is plus 4 should be 8. So we have a negative 2 plus minus square root of 8 over 2. So now we separate the values and use the calculator round to 4 decimal places. So sine x equal to negative 2 minus square root of 8 over 2 equals to negative 2 times 0.4142. And sine x equals to negative 2 plus square root of 8 over 2. Okay. So now I put on the calculator, gives it 0.4142. Now for each value of sine x, we find the angle x. The range of sine of x is negative 1 to 1. So sine of x equal to negative 2.4142 has no solution for x. Now sine x equal to 0.4142 is greater than 0, and that's in quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. So in quadrant 1, x is equal to r cosine 0.4142, which is 0.4271, rounded to 4 decimal places. In quadrant 2, x equal to pi minus 0.4271. So this becomes 2.7145. So the answers are x equal to 0.4271 and 2.7145 radians. Example 5. A baseball is hit at an angle of theta with a horizontal and with an initial velocity of v sub 0 equal to 100 feet per second. An outfielder catches the ball 300 feet from the home plate. Find theta when the range of far of projectile is given by this one. So the r is equal to 1 over 32 v naught squared sine 2 theta. So now we have r equals to 1 over 32 v naught squared sine 2 theta. So substitute r equals to 300, v naught equals to 100. So we have a 300 equals to 1 over 32 times 100 squared sine 2 theta. Now we square 100, it becomes 10,000. So we have a 300 equals to 10,000 over 32 sine 2 theta. Now I want to isolate sine 2 theta. Multiply each side with 32 over 10,000. So we have a 32 over 10,000 times 300 equal to 32 over 10,000 times 10,000 over 32 sine 2 theta. So we put in the calculator and this becomes 0.96. And this everything cancels and we get a sine 2 theta. Now we rewrite this equation. So we have a sine 2 theta equals to 0.96, which is greater than 0. And sine is positive in quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. So we rewrite this equation using definition inverse sine. So we have 2 theta equals sine inverse of 0.96. Now we put this on the calculator and give this in degree modes. And we have 73.74 degrees. This answer is in quadrant 1. To get the answer in quadrant 2, we subtract this angle from 180 degrees. So we get 2 theta equals to 106.26 degrees. So now 2 theta equals to 73.74 degrees and 2 theta equals to 106.26 degrees. To get theta, we divide by 2. So from the first equation, theta equal to 73.74 degrees divided by 2. And this gives you 36.87 degrees. And from the second equation, divide by 2, you get theta equals to 106.26 degrees divided by 2, which is 53.13 degrees. So the answer is the angles are 36.87 degrees and 53.13 degrees.